Yo traders, what's good? Welcome to the channel. So today I'm just going to be going over the MambaFX breakout strategy only using the 1 minute time frame. So I've done like a 5-minute strategy mini course kind of thing in the Discord, which is free. The link is in the description, but yeah, feel free to check that out. But I mostly stick to the 5-minute time frame these days, but today I'm just going to break down the 1 minute time frame. So let's just make a quick session. Just call it 1 minute NAS session. We don't really care about the money, so we're just going to do NAS100. Then I'll do a US 30 video as well on the 1 minute time frame. We'll just go to the year 2023 and let's do a random calculator. So number 2, so we'll go 2 months forward and we'll choose the 3rd day. So we're starting there and we'll just do a random number. So it's on February, so 1 2 3 4 5 and 3, the 3rd. Okay, yeah, so with FX replay, as far as I know, you can't rewind, so you got to really take your time. And you know, if you want to analyze and do things properly, I can't go back, especially with this version of FX replay. Anyway, I don't know with the Pro Pack you might be able to, but yeah, let's just give it a go. On a 1 minute time frame, I'm going to move to the 5 minute just to get to the time I want to get to, and then I'll go back to the 1 minute. So 2:30 is the 9:30 Eastern time for me, and that's when the volume is for NAS. So alright, so I can go back to the 1 minute time frame now. Cool. So basically the first thing I do is just before, you know, the 9:30 Eastern time, 2:30 in the UK, I'm looking for breakouts. Now the most cleanest structure I can place my line basically. So this is structure, these moves. So right now as it stands, you know, the most cleanest structure point for me, it would be there. I mean, you could put it there and enter on a break, or you could put it there, or you could put it there. But these are going to give you better entries, of course. And obviously you can get faked out easier if it ain't on proper structure. But I'm just scalping and trying to get in and out. So I can put this there now as well, because, you know, it haven't really broken. Not enough volume, like tiny little bit of volume. I really need to see the candle push in. It needs to be a bit more volume than that. All right, cool. So at one point, this would have looked like it was pushing through with quite a bit of volume. I mean, this whole candle would have been this big. So I would have entered, no doubt. So I'm just going to enter. And it's kind of hard when you're doing, you know, replay mode to backtest, because there's no volume. The candles just show you how they ended, not how they were actually moving in that time. So you just got to go off of, you know, pretend what it was doing. So I'm going to use 20 pips because we're on a 1 minute time frame, and 20 pips is usually the max that I use. I will go up to 30 sometimes. All right, cool. So that's a win. Like I explained, the first one, there wasn't really enough volume because we were already kind of there. Like, it didn't really pull back a lot. If you look at it, price was there and it was just consolidating up in this area. So for me to buy up at this area before it pulling back, I would have wanted to see a really nice bit of volume, at least this big, like a nice push showing me, right, we're going up. I would have got in, but because we was already there, it was like, yeah, I need price to come down at least there and then break up. Do you get what I'm saying? We was already there, so it made more sense to come down and sell. But overall, we was bullish, so this is why, if you want to overcomplicate it, you can and look at like, all right, we're overall bullish, so it only makes sense to buy and support and resistance and things like that. But nah, with breakouts, it really doesn't matter. If you're using the right risk management, then it's going to work for you, trust me. So yeah, this was a fat dub, you know, could have even, yeah, got a 2.6 and it might even keep going. It really does. So, you know, if you just hold it and, you know, use an indicator like, I don't know, an EMA, and let's just set it to, I don't know, 14. See what 14 looks like. Cool, 14's perfect. So if you set it to 14, you could have exited this trade when it crossed over. So, you know, you would have exited this trade when it crossed over the EMA. So that's another good way to use an EMA. But yeah, that's the first trade. Let me mark it down. So I'm just going to do 10 and see how many are winning. 10 in a row. Remember now, if you're new and you're wondering why I'm choosing 2:30, because that's my 9:30 Eastern time open, right? That's when all the price pops off in New York, 9:30. So look at this. There's absolutely really no volume at all. I don't know if there was a news event coming up. Oh, wait. That's the wrong time. No wonder there's no volume. You know, I must be sleeping. Right. Right, here's the volume. This looks right. Cool. So I'm going to go back to my 1 minute time frame. I'm going to see what it would have looked like. So it would have looked like this. So what are we doing without even putting my overall direction, my support and resistance, none of that. I'm just putting out breakout lines on the most clean structure that makes sense to you. Now, remember what I said, you could put this line there if you wanted, because technically that is structure. So, you know, you could have put it there. Why am I choosing there? It just looks more prominent. Actually, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna put it there for the sake of this video. I'm gonna put it there. Right. So you don't enter now. This is a perfect example. You don't enter because look, it's still in 2:30 for me. That's that 9:30 Eastern time. I keep saying it, but it's important. I'm not entering. I'm just readjusting my breakout line. I'm putting it to the next structure point. So it would be there. Right. I've just broke through that as well. So I'm forced to put it there because it's still haven't officially closed below this area. But now it's just melted. And do you know what? This happens quite a lot, to be honest. They've happened to me this week already when price just absolutely melts before the actual open. Or I say the open, the actual time, because the markets are obviously open at this time. But yeah, so now the most clear place I can put my breakout lines up there, because that is literally structure, even though it looks shit. Okay, so now we're making new structure. When this happens, feel free to you know, adjust your lines, I suppose. So I'm going to put this one there now, because if it breaks above this, then I'll buy. And I'll keep this one there, because it still haven't been tapped into. Right, so it wicked. It did wick. Yeah, I would have wanted to see a little bit more of a push. It's not really violent. That's okay. Yeah, I would have entered for sure. Down by there, when it ended strong like this, I'd be in. And I explain I don't wait for the candle closes. All right, so I might have entered on this one if there was a bit more volume. This candle there, because I enter on breaks, not closes. I don't wait for the candle close. But let's just say I did enter there for the sake of this video. 20 pip stop loss. So let's just say I did enter on that first one. See how it plays out. I'm looking for a 1 to 2 minimum. And I'll move to break even when I'm at 1 to 1. Alright, cool. So where would 1 to 1 be on this box? Right, so 1 to 1 would be there. So I would have been at break even as soon as price reached this level there. So I'm at break even now. I'm going for 1 to 2s. To be honest though, I probably would have closed out if it got this close. But if you did hold, and I would have been stopped at a break even if I didn't get out on this. But a pip away from being a 1 to 2, I would have got out definitely. Even if I didn't though. When I see wicks like this, I know it's rejecting to the downside. So I would have just closed on the next candle. So I might have closed somewhere around there. I wouldn't have let it go all the way back to break even. And even if I did, it's cool because I wouldn't have lost. It would have been break even. But let's say you didn't move to break even and you just held the trade. And you went for, I don't know, a 1 to 3 to see if it gets there. Wow, a pip away from a 1 to 3. No. Yeah, it would have been a 1 to 3. There you go. 1 to 3. So let's move on. That's 2 in a row. Remember now, this is random as well. I just randomly chose the dates and everything. So let's take a look at what happens on the third trade. This is 2023 mind as well. So it goes to show the strategy was still fire back then. Shit. I didn't fucking stop it in time. And I was drinking water like a dick. Yeah, I was slow off the mark then. I pressed the space bar, but it didn't pause the fucking price. So now I'm going to have to go and just look at it and see what I would have done. Right, cool. Let's just pretend that was in there. Let's just put it to there. So what I would have been looking for before the open would have been this. This would have been my first breakout line. And, you know, I would have put my breakout line there. So I would be forced to move my breakout line there because on the open, if you look at what it did this. Boom, it pulled back on the open. So now you put your line there on the pullback. And then as soon as you see it break either to the upside or the downside, you buy or sell, right? So it broke to the downside, clean as well. So I would have entered around with there. So 20 pip stop loss again, same story. So yeah, that was a clean dub, absolutely clean dub. I don't know how far it goes, but that's a 1 to 3 without pretty much stopping. And like I say, you can use the 14 EMA if you want. Something simple when it's sharp like that, moving down. And as soon as it closes above, you could get out. So you could have got out by there. Whatever, but potentially it was a 1 to 3, right? And it ain't going to happen like this all the time, but, you know, a lot of the time it does. So that's why I try and tell my students, don't worry if you get a bad week or a bad few days in a week, because some weeks are going to be flawless. Some months are going to be pretty much flawless with the odd losses here and there, and some are going to be ruthless. So that's why risk management is key, and we risk less and we make more, all right? So 1 to 2s and 1 to 3s are pretty, you know, important in this strategy as well, and letting stuff play and trailing your stop loss. But that's like another lesson. Anyway, I'm just showing you the breakouts on a 1 minute time frame, and they're pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. Like, I probably won't go back to any other type of trading now. So that's 3 dubs. Let's move on. Right, so I'm not going to let it go over that line. Cool, so let's go to the 1 minute time frame. I'll take that EMA off for a minute. I only use it for like exiting trades, really. Well, I use it as well to get in sometimes, but not a 14. The 14's more of a like exit EMA. I use the 50 and stuff for trends. Right, so let's take a little look at what we're looking at. Simple. Remember now, no direction, no support and resistance, no fair value gaps, none of that shit, right? All I'm doing is breakouts. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a breakout, honestly. If it breaks before the 230, then I'll readjust. Boom, so that was a break. Did have a bit of volume. I can't even lie and say I wouldn't have got in. I would have got in. Would have targeted previous structure, 1 to 2s. Do you know what I'm saying? Boom, stopped out. Straight up stopped out. Now, you can do 2 things in these situations. Right, so if it would have left some wicks, then I could have got in and, you know, thought it was a liquidity sweep kind of thing and bought back in to try and recover. But we'll just put this as a loss for a minute. So, boom, I just lost. But if you think about the wins, I just won twice in a row, I think. Wait, so I just won 3 times in a row. And they were all 1 to 2s and 1 to 3s. So, what about, I don't know, at least like 8, I don't know, 0.5s. or 1%, depending on what you're risking on your account, I would be up. So this first loss would be nothing. It would be nothing. That's why you can't let them affect you. So we'd be looking for the next setup now. So realistically, you know, it's in this kind of downtrend. So are we going to carry on down, you know, and then put your breakout line there again? So you're looking for a pattern now, or you could just put your breakout line up there. And if it breaks to the upside, you get back in. Now, if you get faked out again, it doesn't matter. If you lose whatever, you get off the charts for the day, because that's 2 losses, and I don't take no more than 2 losses per day, right? So I'm going to put this purple just so it don't bug me out. Now I can see that there's like a pattern going on, and I'm just waiting for a break still. Boom, you break with power. Breaks out the little pattern or wherever, gives you this opportunity to enter. Now you're looking for a 1 to 2 just to recover the loss and get a win. All right, that's all you're doing. So boom. Oh shit. Boom, look at that. Come on now. So I ain't cherry picking these fucking trades neither. You seen I went back. I've left everything on the charts to show you. I ain't switched nothing up. It's a random date, random fucking year, to be honest, 2023. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't even know if I was trading this strategy in 2020. Of course I wasn't. No, I wasn't trading this strategy in 2023. So there we go. Do you know what I mean? I've only been trading this strategy since last year. So in my eyes, it's working out. It's working out lovely. So yeah, I lost. It's all good. I got that second trade. It recovered me beautifully, and it's still running. So, you know, if you was to have held this, because it's a 1 minute time frame, mind you can trail your stop loss, use the old EMA kind of thing. You know, as soon as you get a clean close below this now with some volume, then get out. Boom. So it started fucking around up by there. Cool. You just close out around by there. So basically now I can mark down 4 wins, because yeah, we lost the 1, but okay, no, let's put 4 I'll put L/W. So we lost one, we won one, because my strategy, my risk management plan is I risk 0.5% of an account. So if you've got a 50K funded account challenge, you're going to risk $250 to make 5 minimum. And 750 is the target, really, 1 to 3s. So in the long run, it works out way better for you. And yeah, you can afford to lose the first trade and then re-enter on a second trade and get back what you lost. That's all we're doing. We're just recovering losses. And if you lose twice, that's cool. You get off the chart, you leave it alone. It doesn't matter if you lose the next day the same way twice. You get off the chart, you leave it alone, because the strategy will look after you in the long run. So I can put my line there. Well, actually, no, it got to be there because we are going off of structure. And if you know about market structure, you know you can't get a higher low unless there's a higher high. And right now, there's no higher high. We haven't got past this level. So we need to get up a bit past this level. Then I can move the line there. But that's another video. That's market structure. We're just doing breakouts. So now I can move my line there because this is officially a higher low. Boom, pre-breaks. What do? Move it to the next area that it can break. Right now is there. Right now is there. Right now I can put a breakout line. Not yet, actually. Boom. So now I can put a breakout line down there. So if it does break below this little shitty piece of structure there, then I can get in for a sell. But right now, I would be in on a buy. And I can't even lie because there's volume behind there. 15 to 20 pips stop loss. You're looking at targeting previous structure. And 1 to 2s. But remember, we moved to break even when we're at 1 to 1. Right. Okay. So this is how it would have worked out. I would have been break even probably. Technically, I didn't hit a 1 to 1, but would I have moved my stop loss to break even? Yeah, I would have. So this would have been a break even for me. So okay. If you didn't move to break even though, you would have caught this whole move. But let's just say I moved to break even. Okay, cool. So let me mark down break even. And then do you know what I would have done after seeing the break even? I would have thought, right, so I'm at break even. I just got stopped out of break even. What do? Well, I wait to see if price breaks my next breakout line to the downside, or I place my next breakout line. So for me, my next breakout line would have been there because that's structure to me. Even though it's shit structure, I would have put my line there. So as soon as it breaks back to the upside, what do? I get back in. Same thing again. 20 pip stop loss, whatever. And try and recover my loss. So I recover my loss. I'm 1 up as well now. And it's still running. Cool. So probably around about by there. So yeah, I get my 1 to 2. It's all good. So now I put W2. So that's a break even and a W. So I explain that I trade twice a day if I lose or I take a break even. So now let's move to trade 6. So far these trades have been fire and I didn't cherry pick them. You know that we done the random shit. So that's what I'm going to do every time I do a video. Randomly choose things. Look at that. Boom. So that says 1430. Let's let it run. So let's go to the 1 minute time frame. Very choppy, not very good looking, but what do? Move our breakout lines to the structure. I need a pullback. I need some structure made. Perfect. Boom. So we can move that there. And we'll put this there. Where we break in. No volume. Volume. Volume to the downside. Boom. You're in. As soon as you see volume like that. Lovely. 20 pip stop loss. 1 to 2 minimum. Same drill every time. Stopped. Stopped out. Boom. So that's another loss. Take that on the chin and be a man or a tough chick, whatever. Move our lines. So now what we're working with, well, you can't really put a line there. That'd be bullshit. I need some sort of structure, some sort of pullback, right? There we go. So now I can put my line there. I've got my second trade today. Boom, I'm in. So I'm in, 20 pip stop loss, target previous structure, or 1 to 2, right? Boom, there we go. 2 losses in a day. And that happens a lot, trust me. 2 losses, plain and simple. And There's no way I could have got out of that on the 1 minute time frame. There's no point in looking at it and going, what could I have done different? I mean, if you were sticking to your plan, there's nothing you could have done different. So don't even worry about it. If you let losses affect you, you got a lot of work to do. So we got 4 more trades until I call it a day. And if you enjoy these videos, let me know in the comments as well, and I'll do them like every week. Whoa, so that was a news event. That was definitely a news event. Not even going to go into that. I'm just going to let it run and pretend I didn't see it. Some people don't trade on news days, which is absolutely fine. You can make that a part of your strategy if you want. Right, so we got this structure there. Got this clean structure there. Couldn't really ask for cleaner structure, to be honest. Boom. What do? We get a break with volume. We get in. 20 pip stop loss. Targeting previous structure. 1 to 2. Boom. Look at why I'm targeting previous structure, because price loves to come and take out previous structure. And just a quick little lesson, just a really quick one actually. If you get buyers all around this area pushing price up, what does that mean? That means they push the price up and put their stop losses anywhere below this area. So price is likely to come down in the future, take the stop losses out, and then carry on back up and do his thing. I don't know if he'll carry on back up, but pretend all these people's stop losses are there. They just got eaten. Okay, so it went down pretty deep. Lovely. Look what it does. Comes all the way back up. Takes everybody's stop losses out and then comes all the way back up. So once you've been in the markets for a while and, you know, learning about liquidity grabs and things like that, you're going to be fine. Trust me. But there we go. 1 to 5. And that just makes you forget about those 2 losses you had yesterday. Two losses yesterday. Cool. You lost 0.5 twice or a 1% twice. You just got back 5%. Or, you know, you 0.5% 5 times. So trades 7, day 7, monster win, W, right? So basically we've had 1 bad day out of 7 days so far, because even on the 1 day, which was day 4, we lost and we won more than what we lost. So this is why I say this strategy is amazing and I love it. I'm fucking big up MambaFX every time. All right, cool. So we're pretty close. So cool. What are we looking at? Well, there's not a lot going on. I mean, that's the cleanest break point. There's not really a break point up there because, like I explained to people now, if you put your breakout line right there and price is already there, mind, with hardly any volume, yeah, it could break through. But do you know what it could also do? Just wick out and come down. So I want to see a little bit of structure being made. I need to see a bit more of a deep pullback to place my lines. That's just me. There we go. Now I can feel comfortable putting the line there. People get mistakes in their head that bang on 9:30 Eastern time, that open, they need to enter. They don't. You just look for your setup after that time. So as a consolidating day, what I'm doing is I'm putting a box there and I'm waiting for a price to break above it and make structure, or below it and make structure, right? Let me just take a look at the time. Right, so it's been like two hours almost, and the maximum I'll stay on a chart and look for a setup is 2 hours. But price is just broken out and it is starting to make some sort of uptrend. So yeah, I think this would be me saying if this plays out today, I'm out, I'm done. And if it doesn't play out, I'm also done. So put a line there now because we have some structure. We're just waiting for a break with volume, mind. Yeah, there's enough volume, I suppose. It is a break. Boom. All right, cool. So first trade was a loss. Got wicked out. It's all good because what does it do then? Let's get rid of these lines. So say you got wicked out. Cool. Now you got to move your line down there. And your next clean breakout line would have been there. So what do? I re-enter on the next break. Bit of volume. You're only going for a 1 to 2 to get back where you lost. So You got back what you lost. You could already be out now with profit, but it's still running. So there we go. This is why I say that 2 trades per day for me is crucial. So day 8, loss and a win. LW. And a fat win too. You just got back everything you lost. This is why I tell people, when you have them bad days, don't let emotions get in the way, and don't let overtrading kick in, because when you overtrade, you start revenge trading, you blow the account, and then you come back tomorrow and you see these trades play out and you're like, wow, if I just stuck to the plan, trusted the process, and believed in the strategy, I'd be up again now. I wouldn't have even remembered that I had the loss in the first place. So that's why it's important. Day 9, I'm going to go to the 1 minute time frame. I'm going to let it run. Right, cool. So what am I looking at? What am I seeing? Well, say this area is standing out to me. You could use this area, but it's super duper close to price once again. I want to like make a bit of sense. So there we go. I'm waiting for some decent structure to be made, like a pullback, so I can put my line. This is going to be one of them situations again where there's not a lot of volume, and maybe consolidating a little bit. I want to see some clear structure. Yes, see what I'm saying? Like days like this, there's not much volume, and yeah, I just need to see some sort of clean trend happen. Like right now we are starting one. Is it going to carry on? Let's take a look. No. It's just nasty price action, I'll be honest. Consolidating, just be patient. Right, what's the time? 4:30. No volume really. Not a good day. I wouldn't have traded probably. Look at this. Just nothing really going on. Let me really take a dive into this and take a look. All right, let's just play it as if I would have traded this day, okay? So this would have been my breakout line, and I couldn't have moved them until one of them got broken with some volume, right? Maybe I would have entered on a buy when it came up and broke this with this volume. So I could have entered there for a buy, and I would have been stopped out. Yeah, would have lost. So what would I have done? And this is if I did trade that day, mind. But looking at it, I don't know if I would have, but what would I have done? Let's just say, for the example of the video, if I did come back down and fake me out, then I would have been forced to put my line up there and my next line there. Because if you look, that was the clear structure there. So it comes back, breaks it, bit of volume. So let's just say I did trade that day, and this would have been my second trade when the volume kicked in. 20 pip stop loss. And try and get back like a 1 to 2. It'll be a 1 to 5 up so far. There we go. So there we go. Yeah, price did end up dropping, but I would have got back what I lost the first time around. That's the point I'm trying to make. Even in bad market conditions, if I did trade, there's still going to be another opportunity for me. So I'm just going to say a loss and a dub, even though I probably wouldn't have traded that day. If I did, that would have been the setups I would have took, probably, more than likely. So, you know, going off of volume and breakout lines, that's what I would have done. And then day 10, go. Let's go to the 10th day, the final day, and see how it treats us. But like right now, I can promise you right now, even if I have a terrible day and I lose twice, guess what? When I look back at the list in a minute, it's not going to matter, because the dubs are going to overtake it by far. I already know that. So I can end this 10-day trading experience happy already, just psychologically knowing that I've won and I've ended profitable. All right, and that's the idea. So we're waiting for the structure to be made. So this is the most clean, and I need some sort of like structure to be made now. We'll pull back. All right, cool. There we go. So technically this was a pullback right there. We come down, we get this pullback, you put your breakout line there. As soon as it breaks for some volume, you get in. You're in. 20 pip stop loss, as we've been doing all day. Or also, you can use 15, 20, whatever. 20 just feels safer to me. And you're going for 1 to 2s. Cool. Break even, if anything. Because you're already break even when it's 1 to 1. So let's just call that a break even. And let's look for our next setup. Put our line there. Put our line there. Not really enough volume. Right, that's got some volume, not gonna lie, to the downside. That one's got some volume. That's what I'm talking about when I say volume, like nice bearish or bullish candles, okay? And we're just trying to get a 1 to 2 just to, well, actually we didn't lose anything, so it doesn't really matter. Just trying to get a dub at this point. There's the dub. There's the 1 to 2. It was a very profitable 10 days, even with the losses. That's why I say don't worry about losing. Stick to your plan. Stick to your risk management. Don't change your strategy. Believe in the system and just keep trading exactly the same systematically, and just walk away from the charts if you lose twice in a day, or if the charts don't really look good and they're not giving you good volume and stuff. Just walk away and trade the next day, because when you reset, restart and refocus, you can always trade again. But if you keep revenge trading and trying to get back the money, you're going to blow the account and you can't trade. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then sub up, smash the like button, and feel free to join the Discord. It's totally free and I'm in there every day. Until next time.